All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing the true doctrine because the four winds earth and all true day and sincerity. Hey, we're the Mississippi camp once again on the highways and byways, prophesying the downfall of America, uplifting the name Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans know that you're the most high chosen people, man. And hey, we're once again, like I said, out of the highways and byway prophesying, man, the downfall of America. And hey, since our apostles and elders, man, through the Spirit been doing this work, prophecy has been spoken about, man. Because when you prophesy, you say before. And we're in the time now where all these things, these prophecies that our apostles and elders been speaking on, from decades ago when they first went on the highways and byways to the internet to this point now, man, prophecies are coming to pass. You know, uprising of the people, earthquakes in diverse places. And them earthquakes, you know, that still just goes into storms, man, whether it's flooding, hurricanes, tornadoes, you know. The Lord is sending plagues upon the earth, man. You know, you got famine brewing. You know, it's been, you know, a lot of cattle dying out, man. You know, it's been like signs in the sky, man. You know, I think about a month or two ago, man, over Russia, the whole sky was just red, man. Okay? Hey, the Lord is showing signs that he's on his way back, man. But as the scriptures say in Romans, is it 3:3? So what if some don't believe? Will that unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Shemi outside without effect? Yahweh forbid. Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, man. So, you know, you don't have to believe the prophets. You don't have to, you know, take heed to what the prophets have been saying. It don't matter. Because at the end of the day, the Lord's word will not come back void as it is written, man.
Yeah, this is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand on my watch and set me on the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. All right, verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tables that he may run that read it. So when you read that in the NLT, then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others.
Right, and who you got it, bro. And who are the runners, man? The Lord's prophets, man. And what message are we delivering, man? The message of Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai. Whether it's the return of Yahweh Shai, the famine that's coming, the judgment and death that's coming, Jacob's trouble that's coming, you know, we're messengers, man. We're delivering the message. We're standing upon our watch, as the scripture said, man. Because, hey, the Lord said, if we don't blow our trumpet, man, we don't give people warning, because through the Spirit, we see the destruction coming, man. We see the prophets are unfolding. We read it throughout the scriptures. So if we don't warn the people, hey, the Lord is going to require that blood from our hands, man. But by us giving warning to the people, by, you know, making our body living sacrifice to deliver this message through Yahweh Shemi outside through the Spirit, hey, that blood is going to be upon their own heads, man, or their own hands.
That's right. Hey, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And we don't know exactly the day, the time that Yahweh Shai is going to return, but we see it approaching swiftly, man.
We know the season, guys.
We know the season. And I mean, it's evident, man, if you have a spiritual, you know, you even have people who really don't have no understanding of the truth, see that there's something going on. You know, you hear Jake, at least, you know what I'm saying, brother, hear Jake all the time saying, you know, things done changed, how time is speeding up, how people are getting crazy, man. But hey, that's in the scriptures, man. Yeah. You know, the love of many shall wax cold. Hey, people, man, daily. I was just looking at a little clip coming down here, man, where this Jake shot this little young girl, man, in Detroit. Because they had a little altercation, and he hit her one time in the head, man. Because she said she was going to tell her people about it.
I got one.
You got it, bro.
The 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men should be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers.
And then you think about lovers of yourselves, look at social media.
Narcissism.
You know, narcissism and things of that nature, which makes you self-centered, right? And then blasphemers, meaning what? You're speaking ill about the truth. You know, so hey, dealing with the scriptures, we understand that we are in the end of the end time.
Like the social media effect. You know what I'm saying? These people, you know, it gave them like a sense of entitlement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These people probably been losers coming up.
Right.
And, you know, they get all these so-called subscribers and followers. Now they think they are above the world.
Yeah, there are many idols.
Yeah,
Oh, there's a word called hubris. Hubris, the elder Manasseh Zakbat in the Carolinas went into it. It's basically unjustifiable pride, unreasonable pride. You think you're somebody, but you're not. So you could be a nobody in real life, but on social media you're somebody. But you carry that complex in real time.
Right. And the scripture said, when a man thinks himself to be something, when he is nothing, he what? He deceiveth himself, man. And these people are deceiving themselves as there are some people of some type of stature, man. But we're all counted as filthy rags. So you people who are just in the world and being loved yourself, man, hey, you way worse off.
All right, 2 Timothy 3:3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors.
Meaning the prophets. So 2/3 of our people, man, these are the characteristics that they will have, man. You know, this is the behavior they will indicate that they will not be saved unless the Most High calls them out of it. But somebody has to fulfill that role.
Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh.
Yeah, they fell in love with this world, man. At the end of the day, because right now it's all about the here and now. You know, they don't want to wait. Like in the spirit, you have to be spiritually farsighted. But from a carnal lens, you want it right then and there, which means nearsighted.
Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away.
In the form of God. You go to church all the time. You sing in the choir. You know, you pay your tithes.
Confess your so-called Lord, Savior.
That's right. And you confess it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the true standard, you have nothing but negatives, unchecked marks.
That's pretty much it.
Right, back in the scripture. Can I finish up, bro? Hey, back in the scripture, for the brother, Habakkuk 2:3. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right, because, you know, it seemed like it's just taking forever, man, for the Lord to come back. But if you look at how the days are rolling by, how quick time is speeding up, it's not going to be that long, man. It's going to come to a point where this is going to be like a dream, man. It's going to be like, hey, we've been in the kingdom of heaven the whole time. But we're hasting to return Yahweh Shai, man. And that's why we doing this work, man. That's why we sighing and crying, because, you know, as I said on many occasions, man, when a parent has a child and that child wants something, you know, or that child, you know what I'm saying, keep nagging them and bothering them, getting on their nerves, pulling on their coattail, you know what I'm saying, grabbing them on the leg and stuff. Eventually, you know, you're like, you know what? Come on, boy. Let's go and take care of it. And that's the way it's going to be with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. The Most High is going to get Yahweh Shai that green light, man. And he's going to come deliver us from this oppression, man. From this state of being destroyed by Esau, man.
That's why the scripture says that the righteous complain continue.
That's right. That's right.
I got it. 2 Ezra 9:3. I started 3. All right. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things for the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. This is the point. For like as all that is made in the world hath
Hey, that indicates prophecy. If you're saying something of old, right, and if you speak it into existence, that's prophecy. That's prophesying. That's a preacher.
Because during the time of Ezra, he referred to, he told Ezra that these things were said in the days of old.
Right.
So even at that time, when he first said it, compared to the state Ezra was in, that was the days of old in the beginning.
That's right. That's right.
So it says,
That's right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But it says, for like as all that is in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Go
No,
ahead,
going to the
go
other,
ahead.
it said it shall speak in the last days.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
And it should speak.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why it said Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. referring to the Holy Scriptures, none one of these shall fail. Meaning the biblical prophecies, man. So we're looking forward to all hell breaking loose in this society, because every day that's like a closer day goes by, it's like a step closer to the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right.
So we want everything in chaos, messed up state, man.
Yeah.
Because this has to happen for a new kingdom to be ushered in. You know?
That's right. Hey, the scripture says what? Better is the end of a thing than the beginning.
That's right.
It's better to see this devil coming down, man. That his kingdom, his rulership is coming to an end. Because that means what? The kingdom of heaven is getting ready to be ushered in, man. An eternal kingdom.
Yeah, like it's better. You seeing Joe Biden stating trans people are made in the image of the God. Now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
like that's blasphemy.
Even
man.
though it's vexing the spirit, but at the same time, you need these things to be happening so it can be transitioned to a
Right,
new
right.
kingdom,
Yeah.
man.
And that shows you how whack and satanic that this kingdom is, man. Because 30 years ago, a statement like that would have been unheard of. You would have had the public outcry
Right.
about what he said, man.
Right.
But that goes to show you how strong conditioning is
That's it.
with your media, your news, and social media, man.
Right.
That's why they call it like newscasters,
Yeah.
broadcasting. You casting spells upon the
That's
people,
all
man.
you're doing.
Like social engineering. You know?
Yeah, I got a quick one. Proverbs 16 and 18 is a lot. Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride goeth before a fall. I'm sorry. Pride go before destruction,
Esau.
and an haughty spirit before a fall.
Esau.
Now, but every transgression of the law is manifested in the movement with the end title is pride.
That's right.
Gay pride,
Yeah.
this pride, that pride. So, yeah,
Freedom, pride.
yeah. So these are tokens of rebellion against Yahweh Shai. But as it says in the scriptures, that mindset goes before the fall of that kingdom. So pride goes before a fall. So like you said, it's actually good. There we go. It's actually good that we're seeing these parades and these parading of wickedness, because we know that's a token of a mindset before a fall. A pre-destruction mindset.
Gotcha. This is Isaiah 26 and 5. For he bringeth down them that dwell on high.
Yep.
That's referring to these international bankers of Esau, Edom. You know? That lofty city. What's that lofty city? America. Babylon the Great. This place exalts itself in Satanism, pride, feminism.
Because we've never had a war in America, with the exception of a civil war, and that was the birth of America.
Right. Right.
You know, we've never had a war take place, and you're desensitized to seeing bombs attack the Middle East. You're desensitized seeing an earthquake kill 1 million East Indians,
Right.
a tsunami wiping away a country.
Or you see children on the commercial talking
Yeah.
about, hunger,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
flies surrounding
Yeah.
them. So that's why this country is referred to as that lofty city, because you don't see those catastrophic events happen in America.
That's it. That's it.
Yep. You know, everybody's dwelling carelessly.
Yeah, you did.
And another scripture, I think is in Jeremiah. Okay, let's go, bro.
Jeremiah 49:31. Arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation
Yep.
that dwelleth without care.
As the wealthy nation, how did America become rich? Through slavery, all right, through robbing different countries. Most of them that built a town with blood and established a city by iniquity, all right, because you committed so-called mass freaking genocide, man. And every war was a hustle to bring in money. All right, but it's so many avenues that you created money, but that results in you being in that wealthy city. Go ahead.
That's right. And it says that dwelleth without care.
And you dwelleth without care. Now the people are before the country, you know. So the average American dwelleth without care, all right, because in a natural society, the women are covered. All right, the women are basically they're hidden.
Right.
Because you got to cover, protect your possession. But now a woman can be out with her titties out carelessly. All right. The average mindset of a man is careless. He doesn't take heed to his action. All right. Everybody has a careless. You get drunk 2 o'clock in the morning, drive home drunk, get an Uber drunk. You know, have sex with strangers. Everybody's careless, man. All right, reckless. All right, but that's not natural. That's a sign of a lofty city. All right, a pre-destruction mindset, a beast state, man. All right, and by beast state, everybody lives off their lower nature. If you look at the properties of the lower nature, it's like that of an animal.
Yeah.
Eat all you want,
Yeah.
kill,
Yeah.
have sex,
Yeah.
drink all you want,
Obey your thirst.
obey your thirst.
Yeah.
So everybody's living in a very savage, primitive state,
That's
man.
it. That's it.
And that's a state that is ungodly and it's a pre-destruction mindset.
That's it.
Yep, and it says, arise, get you up into the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, said the Lord Yahweh, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone.
It said dwell without care. Hey, because that's a national joke. The Americans know everything about sports, but they know nothing about the world news.
Yeah.
It's like comedians from different countries, they joke about that.
Yeah.
Like Trevor Noah. They're an American is a damn encyclopedia when it comes to the stats of a particular athletic player.
Right.
But they know nothing about what's going on in Germany.
History.
Yeah.
And it's one of the only countries throughout the entire world, continents and country-wise, who really raise up its citizens to speak one language.
Yep. Come on, man.
That's heavy. That's heavy, bro. It's true. Hey, read the latter part, bro.
I'm proud to be an American.
Yep. Only speaking English.
Only speaking English.
That's idiotic.
Hubris. Shout, Manatazak Vod, that's their word. Hubris, man. Unjustifiable, unreasonable pride. All right? Esau is proud for no reason because something that a foreigner told me, Esau, he mastered the art of promoting his image. But when you really come into this country, you be like, man, this is kind of overrated.
Right.
But I'm gonna let the scripture speak.
Back in Jeremiah 49:31, arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, said the Lord Yahweh, which have neither gates nor bars, which
And
dwell
what is that
alone.
going into? That's going into that America doesn't have that sufficient that missile shield.
Yep, the
You know,
defense system.
that defensive system. So when Russia and these other countries that Russia is allied with, hey, it's gonna be straight penetration because the spirit of Yahweh Shem Hashah is gonna be on those missiles for America living so carelessly, man.
It's like those boxers, you in the middle of a fight, then the boxer becomes proud and he drops his defense.
Yeah.
Right before you start hitting him with them
They
jabs.
got some-
All right?
And another thing, Priest Bobby was saying, like on another level, like just think about America, back in ancient times when a city when it reaches sunset,
Yeah.
you see those bars go down, the ancient gates.
Walls.
Yeah, the walls and stuff, they
Yeah,
enclosed.
that's right, bro.
But nowadays, you can easily go to one state from another without care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easily, you can easily transmit to one city to another city.
Across the state line.
Across the state lines, no borders or nothing like
That's
that.
it, bro. That's
This
the
in
point.
Ezekiel, is it 38? But it's dealing with the land of Israel, but America's in that spirit too.
Come on, bro.
Then you have cities that never sleep like New York. They say the city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
Vegas. Vegas, they call Vegas what?
Sin City.
John Brothers got it with the scripture.
Mills think how they ain't got no this defense system. The scripture says in Jeremiah 50, for lo, I will rise and cause them to come up against Babylon and an assembly of a great nation for none country, and they shall set them in array against her, for thence shall
Military
shall be-
formations, man. Being led by the Medes. The modern day Medes are Russians, man. Right? Go ahead, my brother.
For thence she shall be taken.
Yeah,
Let
she shall
every-
be taken, meaning what? Judgment from Yahweh Shem Shah. Go ahead. Go, you
Hey,
want
you remember it was a map came out some years ago. They were talking about those nuclear targets across
Yeah.
America.
I ain't seen it.
They were just lit up in red.
Yeah, and bro, it's a movie, man. It came out in the 70s, and it showed Russia sending missiles over here, man, and how America was destroyed by nuclear fire, man.
Well, they projected it in a lot of movies, bro.
Yeah, but this was like in the 70s.
Okay, cuz.
My bad. But
No. I'm thinking about the movie like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
beginning was like a simulation of Russia bombing America.
See, and they know,
Yeah,
man.
they know they're projecting it. The movie Salts with
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie. She's like a
yeah,
Russian
yeah.
spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if y'all brothers ever seen that series on Netflix called The 100. But
Yeah,
it's,
it was
it's,
good.
did you this one toward the end, man? They was actually up in the spaceship and they was witnessing America being destroyed.
Yeah.
The missiles was hitting it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They also showed you the MOTB
Yeah.
show.
So
Yeah.
where they get that from?
Revelation.
They get that from the scriptures, man. The real living book, man.
That's
The
right.
only living book. Go ahead, bro.
The arrow shall be as a mighty expert man.
And what's that fucking arrow, man?
Missiles, bro.
Pursuant to give me a scripture that backs that up.
Isaiah 9. Okay.
Hey, well, you don't have to actually get it, but just we're just quoting.
Okay.
The shot from one end and earth to the other.
Yeah. Second Ezra 16 is it? And you got Joel. I was thinking about Joel too.
Yeah, Joel 2.
Come on, man. That
Yeah.
formation.
And a movie called Broken Arrows. It came out with Christian Slater.
That's a broken arrow.
Let's go to those nuclear missiles in that movie, man. So the prophets at old, they had to refer to the nuclear missile in today's time, in their terminology at that time,
Right.
Right. So it's like an arrow, it's shot from one end of the earth to the other.
So if we went back in time, we would be comparing things of our time to the old time, calling it how we see it.
Right. You got it, brother.
The arrow shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return
Like
in
I said,
vain.
some elder, if something is mighty, what that mean, bro? You don't miss.
Yep.
A mighty, a strong, expert, powerful man. You're good at what you do.
And that means he has that trajectory.
That's right, bro.
He doesn't miss that path.
He doesn't miss that path. Hey, it's like a little slogan to be on TikTok, man. This nigga don't miss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Steph Curry with the
It's
shot.
Steph Curry with the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go too.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
God.
bro.
Basically in the same chapters. And this verse, Jeremiah 50 and 30. Now 31. Behold, I'm against thee, O thou most proud, said the Most High.
Yeah, how about Shem Al-Shah's against you, man? All right, go ahead, bro.
And like I said, the proud. And like we see earlier, the brother say like, American people are fucking proud, fucking people in the world. You go there, something happened to I'm American, you can't do this. It's the same shit happening in Rome. I'm a Roman.
Yeah.
So you watch Spartacus back in the day, they're like,
Yeah.
I'm a Roman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I suppose.
Yeah. He showed it. That's right. So it's saying that it's miracles. Miracles the same shit now today.
That's right.
I'm American. Like they can't be touched. You can't put me in prison.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's right.
So that has to mean that America is, that has to mean that America is spiritual Roman, right?
All day long.
Same spirits, man.
I know I said old virgin daughter of Babylon because they can't be touched.
Right.
Yeah.
But
They
going,
can't-
hey, bring it out.
Oh, you-
No, add your point. Get your point out. Hey, but like you were saying, old daughter, meaning what? War has never took place.
And then a missile shaped like a penis. Right? Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon, you've never been penetrated by a missile. It's like a phallic symbol. You've never been penetrated, man.
And what is it about a virgin, man? Everybody want a piece of it.
Yep, that's right.
So everybody want a piece of Babylon, man. And they gonna get their piece through the spirits, man.
Like that elder brother in the Birmingham camp, Arawam said, like the raindrops, when it first rained on the planet Earth, those raindrops, they had that splash of the impact of a missile.
Yeah.
But that was like the Most High's prelude to the destruction of America. When it rains, it's like falling missiles, man.
They be in formation and everything.
Yep, that's right. You ain't lying.
And for the days come, and the time that I will visit thee. And basically, the Lord gonna visit America.
How so, bro?
Through basically like through the plagues. You know what I'm saying? First, it's gonna be the plagues. Start with the famine. You're gonna have basically Jacob's trouble coming.
Economic collapse.
Economic collapse, man. Look, you can have civil unrest. I mean, you just gonna have chaos, man. And then the yoke doke, the missiles coming, and they're gonna be in there.
On top.
That's it.
Hey, well, back in Lamar, he said how, like a virgin, somebody want to get their hands on, like she right, she ready. You know what I'm saying? This Revelation 14 and 15. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time has come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
It means judgment.
She ready.
She's ready, man. She's ready.
She gotta get that cherry first.
Yeah.
That thrust and put goes into like a pressure push in, ain't it? This is the book of Revelation.
You know what? Give Revelation.
Back in Lamar, the Greek word for thrust, hippo. And it says to send, and it says to thrust or insert a thing into another.
Right. And what's gonna be the thing gonna be inserted into the grounds of America, aka Babylon? It's gonna be those missiles, man.
Intercontinental.
Ballistic missiles. That's it. Beautiful.
And you can also equate Yahushua as that Grand Reaper. You know? Go ahead.
This Revelation 3 and 10, because thou had kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hours of temptation, which shall come upon all the world.
And that's what this digital system will bring. The hour of temptation, right? Go ahead, bro.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
Now, so meaning the only way you don't take Revelation 13 and 16, Yahweh Shem Shah's spirit has to be on you. All right, because we're about to come into some trying times. And again, that's what that digital system was composed to do, right? Either you're gonna be, either you're gonna show allegiance to Esau, or not showing allegiance to Yahweh Shem Shah. But at that time frame, you're gonna have to take one mark. You know what I'm saying? And Lord will, we receive that spiritual mark. Revelation 16 is one.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out your veils.
And understand something, Revelation 13 and 16 is extremely physical, right? It's physical, all right? Christianity cannot promote something, right? Islam cannot do it. A mindset cannot do something, right? And it's going to be explained in Revelation 16 and 2. Go ahead, bro.
Go your ways and pour out your vials.
Right. Vials is just what? It's symbolic for releasing destructions by hand of the angels, but at the command of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
Of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua upon the earth.
Right. Go ahead.
And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth.
Meaning what? Judgment. Judgment. Go ahead.
And there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had.
And that's the question. Can Christianity promote a sword? Can Islam promote a sword? Can thug culture promote a sword?
Sanctions or an embargo.
Can sanctions or embargo promote a sword? This sword is physical when you receive Revelation 13 and 16. Go ahead, bro.
Upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship.
Now, what is
his
the
image.
beast? What is the beast? Is defined as NATO, EU, and also America. What is the mark? Spoken of in Revelation 13 and 16, and according to Revelation 16 and 2, you're going to receive a sword if you receive something, right? Okay. Now, bro, get that term noisome in the Greek, bro, because it's going to explain it. And this is going to shut down all indoctrinations. Because like Elder Kazak said, embargoes cannot promote a sword. Christianity cannot promote a sword. But something has to be in you to do this.
Like for the Greek word noisome in Revelation 16 and 2, it's kakas, and it says a bad nature, and it says.
All right, so this thing is going to be bad nature. Go ahead.
Of a mode of thinking, feeling, acting,
Right.
base, wrong, wicked, troublesome,
So this sword is going to be troublesome. Go ahead.
injurious,
Injurious. So if you receive this sword, right, you're going to receive what? An injury. Yeah, if you receive, right. Yeah, the water. Go ahead.
pernicious,
Pernicious, that means what? Harmful. Go ahead.
destructive,
Destructive, go ahead.
baneful.
Baneful, and baneful is another way to say harmful. Now get, that was noisome, right? Now, bro, could you please get, what is it? Grievous, bro.
Verse. Bringing toils, annoyances, perils of a time full of peril to Christian faith and steadfastness, causing faith and trouble. Bad of a bad nature or condition,
In the physical sense.
in a physical sense, disease or blind.
Right, so this sword is going to be basically something you have to have, but when you have to have it, you're going to receive something that is destructive to your system, right? Now look up wound, bro. Can you look up wound in the etymon, bro? Wound in the etymon.
And for wound,
Yeah, wound.
it says hurt, injury, ulcer,
So a wound is an injury. A wound is an ulcer. Go ahead.
it says to beat, wound.
Right. So You receive a wound by what? When the skin is split, when the skin has been imparted. Right? Now, what will split your skin? Jump to Revelation 13 and 16.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he called us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Mm-hmm. Read that again, bro.
Rep-
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a cut with Captain Joel, IUIC, because he stated that causing all is going into rich nations and poor nations.
Right.
When you go to the word all, the Greek is pas, P-A-S, it goes into everyone, individual. So this is going to try every individual on the planet Earth, man. That's why it's known as a new world order, you know? So it's not talking about just rich nations and poor nations, man. That's why I say he calls it all. That means every individual on this earth. And it was a guy named David Spangler. He was a secret informant of the NWO. And he stated that no one would be able to enter the NWO unless he or she take a Luciferian initiation. So everybody has to bow down to this new image, man. And that's what you're seeing on the left-hand side. Things get closer and closer to Esau. He's trying to conform everybody to accept his image, man. That's why things are getting more satanic, more weirder, more evil in this society. But it's a balance with Yahweh Bashim Abishai, because on the right-hand side with this knowledge increasing, you're seeing a righteous vibration coming out as well. And that's what this right understanding of Yahweh Bashim Abishai. So everything's like a perfect balance of evil and good nowadays, you know?
Right. Right. Go ahead, bro. Read it again,
Like Revelation.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Right, and that mark goes into what? Charagma. In order to receive that charagma, your skin has to be penetrated. Right? Now, when you receive this penetration from Revelation 13 and 16 over a process of time or at the allotted time, what's going to happen? Revelation 16 and 2. That noisome, that grievous sore. Right? Now, whoa. Look, so we looked up that term wound, right? Now look up cancer. Because for also sword, you had wound or a discharge, right? Look up cancer in the etymology.
So you look up cancer in the etymology, it says spreading sore.
A spreading sore. That's what that is going into, right? And then if you look into it, the research suggested that over these laboratory rats and things of that nature, they have been receiving cancer from this injection, right? That's that grievous sore. Go ahead, bro.
You go into the word cancer, that's when you get canker.
That's it.
Which goes into like a cancerous tumor.
That's it.
So for the ones, the people gonna receive this mark, they're gonna receive that, grievous sore. And it goes into that MOTB, man.
Right, right. And also for cancer, I want to say it says malignant.
Yeah, malignant tumor.
Right. Now, when you read Revelation 16 and 2 in the NLT, it states, so the first angel left the temple and poured out his bowl on the earth, and horrible malignant sores broke out on everyone who had the mark of the beast and who worshiped his statue. So people will receive cancer from this mark.
And you had an article from September 2007 from NBC News, and they said medical, MOTB, going to the microchip for people may cause cancer.
Yeah.
So that's just further proving the brother's put in the spirit, man.
Well, everything you do causes cancer.
Yeah.
But going back to the breakdown, man. All right? But everything that you do, it causes death. All right? Because,
No, like you said, that's true, because you put something like a foreign object in your
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
So of course your immune system is like already set up to fight off like invaders.
Right.
So
Yep.
you put something like that, but it shows you how spiritual it is, how the Lord's gonna allow that to stay in you,
Yep,
man.
yep.
You're not gonna be able to pluck it out or nothing like that, you know?
and that's against the scriptures to put, as a matter of fact, somebody get that in the law, Leviticus 19, any cuttings in your flesh.
And that's what this whole transhumanism is all about, trying to merge machine and man.
Yep.
Because they said once you receive that chip, it's gonna become a part of you. You know what I'm saying? Become a part of your ligaments,
Yep.
your vessels, and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's a part in your brain, there's a part in your brain behind your eardrum that can be controlled by Esau. Like they've had somebody put this I don't think they had a headphone. It's been years since I saw it, but basically once the person put it on them, all right, somebody else had a remote control, and if you wanted to go left and they tell the remote control stick right, you were forced to turn right. So once you put that implant, once you put that, that thing in you, man, all right, you under the control of the elites, man. All right, and that's why we're here on the highways and the byways, man. We're not here for a fashion show. We're not here to have broadcast cookouts. We're not here to publicize so-called marriages. We're here to prophesy the downfall of this place. Because once it happens, it's never going to happen again. You only have one time to prophesy, man. All right? We're not going to do this 20 years from now. It ain't going to be no redo. We only got one time to do this thing right, man. All right, you got it.
And like they say, the MOTB is also going to be a death instrument, man.
Yeah.
Where they can hit a switch and release something in you that's going to off you, man.
You know what it's called?
Huh?
Cyanide.
Cyanide?
Yeah, it's called cyanide. It's like a toxic chemical, you know. That's
Right,
where
right.
that cancer gonna come from.
Well, you know, you had this guy, Jim Jones, in the 70s, you know, which we believe was a CIA implant. And he had all those simple jakes go out to the jungle with him. And he all had them take that cyanide poison, man. And the next day, it was like 900 Israelites just laid dead, man, in the jungle. Through. But if you had any insight, according to the scriptures, it says, never trust thine enemy, man. That's right. But it's you simple people on this sign that'll be led like sheep to the slaughter because Esau is the damn shepherd, man. He's your shepherd.
Jump shot was a prime example.
Yep.
Jake was lining up like they were giving away free food or something.
Yep. Then you had Jakes that was skeptical, and they know Esau ain't shit, but then you scared to die. You know,
Right.
It's like, well, you know he's evil, but you don't know about the right hand side. So it's like, well, I don't want to take a chance. You know, because some brothers, their job was like Ubering and stuff. All you did was pick up Jakes to go get the you know what, man. But that was an example of how they gonna be with their MOTB.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, woe unto you that trust to go to the trust in Egypt.
Yep.
Go down to the shadow of Egypt for help.
How you gonna how you gonna go to your oppressors, all right, for help from your oppressors? Like Hurricane Katrina, that you were calling out who FEMA. All right? Even now, y'all mad at the governor because you ain't got water. You should be praying to the Most High, all right, to deliver you out this bullshit, man. That's why we're here to remind you who to call out to. All right, our brother had the Leviticus 19. All right?
It's Leviticus 19:28. You should not make any cutting in your flesh.
That in itself is against the you know what. And the jab that came out a couple years ago. You should not make any cutters in your flesh, man. And speaking of, it's a foreign substance. The Most High doesn't put medicines by way of a needle. All right? Hey, Sirach 38, let's get that, man. All right, because we'll condemn the left hand. We got to show you what the right hand is all about, man. All right? Yeah, you can finish it off. Then you can get Sirach 38, medicines come of the earth.
It's Leviticus 19:28. You should not make cutting in your flesh for the dead, or bring any mark upon you. I am the Most High.
Because the Canaanites is doing that shit. See, hey, we're branded as the Israel of Yahweh. We're supposed to be the image of If Yahweh was on earth, all right, we would embody him. He gave us laws to embody purity on earth. So he gave us laws to separate us from them dirty nations such as the Hamites, the Canaanites. Those were their customs. Like Lil Wayne said on his last song, God did. I'm cultivating. I'm the apex. Dreadlocks face tats. So he's bragging that he was the progenitor of dreadlocks and face tats. But you're teaching our people to act like a heathen.
Blood on his hands.
That's right, because he led our people, or the Most High's people, into the custom of a heathen, man. All right, but the Most High gave us laws to distinguish us from those heathens, man. All right?
This is Sirach chapter 38, verse 4. The Lord Yahweh had created medicines out of the earth.
And he have created medicines out of the earth. And we were born and raised into a lie. Because you were taught that medicine was what? Tylenol, Advil. Because the deceit was he called that medicine. But it was, I don't even know if I can say his name, but it's one of the elites. All right, was it the 1800s? All right, he basically took over the botanical. He was one of the Rockefellers, and he took over that botanical industry because prior to him taking over, all doctors went back to plants. That's why you study botany. You study botany to extract the medicinal properties from those plants to heal your patients. But then he wanted to create a monopoly, all right? And basically he had those same doctors to study those properties of the plants and to create an artificial imitation of those properties through those laboratories. Then he silenced the doctors that use botany. You know?
Demonized them.
He demonized them. And he paid all those schools to basically propagate his chemicals. And he had those lines. Yeah, and if you kept it real and stayed true to the planet Earth, you like you said, you were deemed as a quack. All right, which basically made you insignificant. All right, but real medicine comes from Yahweh's Earth. This planet Earth was not created in vain, man. All right.
I think he substituted with petroleum.
Yeah, well,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? That's what he did. It's like a short documentary on that, man.
Yeah, man.
Even like I just use I got a dog for example. A dog, man, if a dog is have a little ill will about them, ain't feeling well, they find a particular grass and they'll eat it, man. Medicine from the earth.
That's how Gad knew how to survive in America, because they'll study animals when the animals got sick. And like you said, like that buffalo will go to a particular plant or a grass when it got sick, and that's how the Gadites knew which plant to take when they got sick. All right, the Gadites, especially like the Iroquois Indians, man, they lived off that buffalo, man. Gad studied those animals, man. All right, because the animals knew instinctively not to go to the damn doctor. The doctor was in the planet Earth. The physician, man.
Medicine man.
The medicine man. Okay? All right, we got it, bro.
And this is the book of Psalm 103 and 2. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thy iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases.
Who healeth all thy diseases through prayer. All right, in those herbs, you synchronize prayer in the herbs, man. Like you continue with are you Sirach 38?
Yeah.
You continue on with that, Baka Shop?
Back in Sirach chapter 38, verse 4, the Lord Yahweh has created medicines out of the earth.
See, now when you come into this truth, you deviate from evolutionary theory, from Darwinism. Now you study, I think it's called, I don't know the correct word, but it's like creatism. Instead of studying Darwinism, that everything happened by chance and evolution, no, everything was created with a purpose. Everything is here not by chance, but by purpose. So now you have to act. Now you're thinking like a man of Yahweh Shemel Shai. What's the purpose of that tree? Now you might Google that tree. What's the medicinal properties of that tree? What's the medicinal properties of this particular herb or this particular roots? Somebody hold Wisdom of Solomon 7. All right, because during that scamdemic, right? The majority of our people, they weren't thinking about the Most High's earth. They was going to those chemicals, man. All right, go ahead.
And he that is wise will not abhor them.
Well, they're going to show you that the majority of our people are not wise. Because even if you told them about the Most High's medicines, they still have more strength and faith in those damn pharmaceuticals, man. Or those chemicals.
Verse 5, was not the water made sweet with wood?
Yep.
That the virtue, therefore, the virtue thereof might be known, and he that give men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works.
Yeah, like Elder Pastor Brown always said, man, the Most High gave every man a gift. So on this planet Earth, the Most High allotted different men gifts, all right, for the sake of the welfare of the nation. All right, and one of those gifts is the understanding of the planet Earth, man, for the sake of healing for your people. You know?
With such doth he heal men and take away their pain.
Yep, because he gave me a skill to understand the planet Earth. Now, speaking of pain, the main pain, a lot of pain that plagues our people, like arthritis, you know, bone problems, joint issues, diabetes, high blood pressure. But because you're basically the 12 tribes are very what's the word? They're very weak to that standard American diet. Our body wasn't designed to intake processed food. And our body was designed to intake that high level of meat. Really about 78% of your diet supposed to be more plant-based, man. All right? Our body wasn't designed to take so much those acidic properties, man. Like standard American diet is basically meat, carbs, and fat. But it's a low percentage of actually minerals, plants, you know? And that's why Jake, not even 30, and got diabetes, you know?
Yep.
It's the curses, but the curses manifested ultimately through that poor diet through sin. All right?
Hey, like you say, like standard American diet. Look at the acronyms.
Sad.
Sad. They're showing you what there is to your body.
There is no life. You're eating death. Now, we're not demonizing meat. You eat meat. But if you look at the planet Earth is like 70% water, 30% land. Well, aren't you an offspring of Mother Earth? So your body is about 70% water, 30% acidic. So it only makes sense to put the earth back into you in that same ratio, man. You know?
You watch these ancient movies, man. You see them like they having a feast or something. You know, they'll have meat out there, but throughout the movies, most times you see them kings and people they eating like grapes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some type of fruit or vegetable, man.
Yeah, if you under 30 and you have sexual impotency, it's most likely due to your diet. Because the standard American diet is full of mucus, as Dr. Saban will call it, or plaque.
Right.
You know, you ever cook something in skilly grease, then you put the pot to the side. What happens? That grease solidifies, it gets solid. Well, it's the same thing that happens in your arteries, man. So that standard American diet, that processed meat, not that grass fed, but that processed meat. All right, you cook it, it let go of so much grease, man. Especially that pork, and that grease solidifies in your arteries, and what happens? It thins out your blood flow. Now, what's inside of your blood? All right, what's got down? Your blood carries oxygen and nutrients throughout your body. So your heart pump. Your heart. Why is your heart do? That's a pump. That's a pump, and it's pumping out oxygen, nutrients to your cells because you're feeding your cells oxygen and nutrients. But what happens when you have a poor supply of oxygen and nutrients?
Like 5 o'clock traffic.
Yep, it's backed up. Now hit. No, you finna say something.
It's like your boy got to pump water, man.
Yeah, do. Because you got a water hose, right? What happens when you squeeze that water hose? They increase the pressure in that water. Now, what do you call it when you have the thick artery plaque in your arteries? High blood pressure. Because now it has to, like you said, the heart has to pump more water out, create more pressure. Now, what is Jake plagued with? High blood pressure. All right, and that's just one of the plagues, man. Because of your lack of, people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We're not married back to our heritage. We eat all type of abominable foods. Foods that were never supposed to be ingested by the human body. All right? But we'll continue on with the scriptures.
Hey, can I say this?
Yep,
Elder?
you got it.
Think about, and we go to the restaurant, they cooking your food in pork grease,
Yep.
putting everything all fucking together. So, man, you really can't win. I mean, the brother, we're talking about some fruit. Man, you can't eat no fucking grapes, and then you go find like a market, farmer's market, you find some grapes and seeds.
And they food gazy. A lot of times you go to a farmer's market and they selling you seedless grapes. Ironically, only place I really see global grapes with seeds is Walmart. Off the top of my head, Kroger's got them. Yeah, those globe grapes, man. Because like the earth isn't, you can only get the best of the worst. But that's what you should try to do. Try to get the best of the worst, man. Because it's still a difference. You know? Got it? Whoever hit the scripture.
Back in Sirach, chapter 38, verse 7.
Globe, like an earth.
With such doth he heal men and take away their pain.
Oh, we was talking about arthritis, right? Because really you synchronize the alkaline diet with the herbs. So your body's supposed to be mostly alkaline, right? Which that makes you sort of impenetrable to diseases. But you synchronize that with herbs because ever since the curse of Adam, you can't just survive off your diet. In the time of Adam, we didn't have disease because we were in a state of perfection. But after the transgression of Adam, the earth started to deteriorate, and after that, you needed herbs with your diet. But when I think of pain, I literally think of like arthritis type pain. And what's one of the roots? Because Wisdom of Solomon 7, it speaks of the virtues of roots. What's one of those roots that take away actual pain? All right, but before we get there, we'll get that Wisdom of Solomon 7, and then we'll go back to that.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 7, verse 17.
Actually, you could go. Oh, 20.
20. This is verse 20. The nature of living creatures.
Because what I want you to do a little thing on it. It's talking about wisdom and her powers, and all the things that wisdom taught King Solomon. And we're just gonna skip to the point. All right, and it's talking about what wisdom has taught. Like I said, King Solomon. Go ahead.
And the furs of the wild beasts, the violence of the winds, and the reason of man, the diversity of plants.
Because you got the diversities of plants. We're just talking about botany, which is the study of plants. But he wasn't just studying the beauty of plants, he was studying their properties. Because the medicine is in the plants, man. All right, go ahead.
The diversity of plants and the virtues of roots.
The virtues of roots, or the powers of roots. Why is there power in roots? What makes them so powerful, man? All right, because the most potent part of that plant is the roots. Like when you uproot a plant like a dandelion, all right, the power is in the roots of that dandelion. But speaking of pain and take away pain, one of those powerful roots that take away, say, like arthritis type pain and back problems, say devil's claw. Devil's claw, which is a root. And the reason why they call it devil's claw, because it has wires surrounding it looking like a claw. So it's not really demonic, it just, that's what their little nickname is. But one of the, I did a research on it. 3/4 of all pharmaceutical medicines that deal with arthritis, they have that as their active ingredient. Devil's claw, look it up. That's why I'm saying it out loud. Look it up. Another thing that they use is willow bark, right? Now, willow bark is literally the bark of a willow tree. All right, but in the 1800s, Bayer's company used willow bark as their pain reliever. You know?
That's what it's.
Well, that's what I've been saying. Aspirin. It's actually the active ingredient in aspirin. Bayer's medicine, but you don't have to go. See, Esau created this delusion that they are the source of healing. No, the Most High's treasure chest is the planet Earth, and he got that from the planet Earth. You know, he got that and made a monopoly on it. You know, so either he has that as his active ingredient, or he has scientists create artificial chemicals that mimic those active ingredients, man. All right, and you should know this because, like during the pandemic, all right, a lot of people got restored by those herbs along with prayer. Ginger roots, beet roots, turmeric roots. All right, what's the? He said turmeric, ginger, beet roots, onion roots, garlic. You know how fucking powerful garlic is. You know how powerful garlic is. And you on your kind, and you don't have to eat it raw. You put that shit in your blender, mix your frozen fruit with it. You know, be a big boy. All right, eat it first, drink it first thing in the morning. All right. You sleeping on your Yahweh, man. You sleeping on the Heavenly Father, man. All right. And then we're done with that. We can continue on with Sirach 38.
Back in the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 8. Of such doth the apothecary,
Which is the apothecary is like an herbal store, because you take those roots, and you have what you can make a salve, a balm. So you can put the salve on your skin, or the herbalist, that physician, he'll take those roots and make a tincture. You know, have it sitting in alcohol for weeks at a time to extract those medicinal properties of those roots, and you ingest it over a period of time, and it'll heal you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmal Shai. You can make it into a tea, drink it on a daily, depending on what it is. Some of them you can't ingest it. All right. It's probably something else I can't think of, but that's the main things: the teas, the tinctures, the salves. All right. Where do you think incense come from? Real incense had the essential oils of those plants that fused in an incense stick. That's why real incense affect you. They affect your spirit. But you'll take the essential oils, which are oils that fuse from, say, a lavender flower, and you take its essence, which is where you get the word essential from, and you drape it in the incense stick. Then you light the incense stick, you're emitting those medicinal properties of those particular plants, man. And it's all coming from Yahweh Bashmal Shai. All right? So you can inhale medicine. You can inhale medicine, man. All right? You know, Mosai is bad, man. All right?
it was can't think of the name of the movie, man. What was on ancient movie, The King something, but there was a disease going around and everybody was getting sick and everything. So what the king told him to do was to burn herbs, man.
Yep.
And that smoke, you know what I'm saying, kind of pretty much killed the
infection,
the virus, yeah, the disease.
And it's heavy. I read an article about like essential oils, and I think it was doing like the Black Plague. And everybody basically in this particular area died, except the people who worked in like this perfume facility, because at that time the perfumes was straight up made out of the essential oils. So the only people who really weren't affected were the workers in a perfume facility, but everybody else outside was affected, man. Because those medicines was in the essential oils that made the perfumes, man. But so you might ask if that's true, why don't we know about it? Because Esau was not in the business of putting himself out of business. A patient cured is a customer lost. I even heard somebody tell me that, you know how you call an exterminator to kill your roaches? But I heard certain companies, they sprinkle little roach eggs in your house just so they can keep coming, so you can keep calling them. Because if they actually kill off all your roaches, then you're not going to call the exterminator anymore. You know?
Like a dope dealer is gonna take a drug addict when he going through withdrawal, take him to a clinic to get. No, he gonna go and give him what he needs. Man.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to lose that financial gain.
So hey, it's a pipeline from the pharmaceutical, from your diet to your casket, or from your diet to the hospital. That's the ultimate hustle. From your school system to the penitentiary. All right, it's a pipeline, you see? All right, you got it, brother.
Like this second Ezra 8 and 30, starting verse 30. You know how you say the majority of our people, they're not coming back into their true heritage,
Right.
You know, their true culture. It says, take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts,
Yep.
but love them that always put their trust in thy righteousness and glory.
But you got the 1/3 and the 2/3. But the 2/3, because the scripture says in Proverbs, the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces him. Now, what is their way? That Western mindset, that Hellenistic mindset that appeals to the flesh. That it appeals to materialism, appeals to the flesh. You getting out of women, that appeals to the flesh. Living a life of sexual debauchery, that appeals to the flesh. Street culture appeals to the flesh. Christianity appeals to the flesh. The American dream appeals to the flesh. But what does it result in? Separation from your power. And if you live as an American, you live like a beast. All right? That's right.
Verse 31, for we and our fathers do languish of such diseases.
Yep.
Going back to all those different diseases our people suffer from nowadays.
Yep.
You know, our people like the top ones in every disease category, man.
And then it's straight up, and they're gonna straight up say the African Americans, the Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're gonna straight up say that
All the time.
The top guy. That's why you can't separate us from our brother Gad or Ephraim. You can't be like, nah, we the Israelites and they not. It's gonna say the African American, the Latino Hispanic community, and the Native Americans.
That's why the Lord said it's going to cleave unto you, and this should be a sign.
Yup.
You know who we are.
The curse is gonna cleave unto you, man.
Right.
You know?
They said Jacob's pretty much Negro, Latinos, and the natives more prone to getting the monkeypox. I just threw my damn hands in there.
Yep.
I mean, I'm like, it's everything, like brother saying, man. But again, they go back to the curses, man. That's why they can try to ignore and deny all they want to, man. But all these things are related to these people, man.
And then you're an instrument. Esau's an instrument of Yahweh's curses. So Esau, he targets, because it said a leper should watch over your city. So a leper is an apex predator that watches his prey. So Esau deals with the Israelite so-called communities like a hunter.
Yeah.
Because the apex predator is a hunter. Did it not say Esau's a cunning hunter? So that's part of his cunning hunting skills is to target you and act like you're just acceptable to the disease.
Right.
But he's targeting you. You have to remember, a reservation is a concentration camp because it's a concentration of a group of people. So somebody was breaking this down during the pandemic is that if one person catches the you-know-what during that pandemic, if it's multiple people inside the house like a reservation, everybody got it because everybody's packed. So one person got the you-know-what, everybody got it instantly, man, because it's contagious, right? You see? But Esau is a cunning hunter because he sets the trap and then runs and hides. Then when you fall for the trap, it's like, oh, see, they're susceptible to the trap. They're susceptible to the bait. You know? That boy good. You know?
He's just like every villain you see within a movie or a cartoon.
Yep.
You know, because you know that we as the Israelites, we're like the superheroes on this planet Earth. The reason being because we only ones who was given the law, statutes, and commandments. So Esau being that cunning hunter, that villain, he knows our kryptonite. You know, he knows our weakness, man. Where it says in Romans, for the 6th chapter, for the wages of sin is death. That's our kryptonite.
Right.
So Esau, he sets up these different traps and snares upon our people, and he will run behind the door, you know, so run down the road and hide himself. Our people get caught up in that every time.
Yeah, because either he gonna set up, he gonna ensnare you with the drugs, but then run and hide and go play police and confiscate you with the drugs. Or he gonna snare you with your poor diet, run, hide, go play doctor, and diagnose with you with cancer, diabetes,
And put you on chemo.
and then put you on chemo, which is the ultimate hustle. Which is the ultimate hustle, because a doctor get paid so many thousands of dollars for putting you on chemo. You know? You was holding something, bro?
He said that, like Esau, Edom know our kryptonite. This Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces him.
Because the lifestyle of sin is really seductive. You know, when I was 10, 11, 12, I know brothers can attest to this, watching a rap video was seductive. First of all, the beat went hard. Then you watching the rap videos, it's naked women and half-naked women dancing. It's like, oh, that's who winning. The nigga. But even if you live in that environment, the actual nigga, that's who was winning. Not the guy that was kind of like by the books and played it. Nah, the nigga was winning. So that's seductive to a good person. You know? The way, even with Eve. All right? The whore is winning. You could be a straight up prostitute or a stripper and start rapping, and now you famous. So a woman could be like, why be virtuous? You could be on Fans Only at one point in time and make money off just being a woman. So why would you be loyal to a broke nigga? You see?
Hey, that was just news. Probably like a week or two ago. You had a woman who was a teacher. And she quit her job just to go into OnlyFans.
Yeah, just to go
She
on
said she's a millionaire now.
Come on, man. So that's seductive. Because who created that dynamic where being wicked was rewarded? Esau controls those dynamics. You know? Yeah, you got it, brother. You got it. You had something?
Oh yeah, I was going to this point that that's the way he's going to accuse us, but setting up that trap. He, like, as the scripture says right here, Amos chapter 3 verse 5, can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gain is for him? Shall no one take up a snare for the earth and have taken nothing at all? He's waiting to take us into that trap so he can accuse us like, see, look at your people. They are all into sin and all that, you know.
Because he want us to have his destiny. So badly, he wish we sold our birthright. Well, so badly he wish those roles reversed. So badly he wish he was Abel and we were Cain. He want to get that stigma of being a fugitive off him so bad, man. All right, you got it, bro.
It's Malachi chapter 3, starting at verse 13. He said, your words have been stout against me, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? You have said it is vain to serve the Most High. And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts?
Right. What profit is it to keep the integrity of keeping the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai when being a nigga is like rewarding? You in this truth, Eve reject you, you know, women, you get a number that you call, pick up. It's like, man, you in the desert, you know, but Jake winning, Jake in the world where everybody know him, popular, you know, Eve running to him. So it's like, what's the reward? You working for pennies, you working just to be broke. But you can sell your soul and be a multi-quadrillionaire, man. You know? All right.
And now we call the proud happy.
Yep.
Yea, they that work wickedness are set up.
Hey, well, ultimately, that's the elites. Ultimately, that's the elites, man. Because they're the epitome of wickedness, but they run the earth. So now they got Jake in the world, like, I got to move like them. Jake has that Machiavellian, the backstabbing mentality to get to the top. You know?
Just like you know how we always bring up like rappers back in the day, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in. Man.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? That's who they look up to though, as their peers to make them to this world, man.
Right.
That's why the wicked were in it. That's why the scriptures say, let favor be shown to the wicked.
Yep.
So that's why Esau, and along with 2/3 of our people, they're at the top right now.
And
You gotta
it
do
all
it
goes
wicked.
back to the curses.
It all goes back to the curses.
Yep. Yep.
And you gotta be a child of Satan to be a success in this world, man.
Yep.
No matter what. You gotta go.
Yea, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered.
Yep. Yep. And ultimately, the main tempter is the elites.
Huh.
All right, with their kingdom that's set up to be contrary to the Most High, and what they do to his chosen people, man. All right, you got it.
Go ahead.
Was that it on that?
It's a little more.
Okay, got it.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another. And the Lord hearkened and heard it.
And it's us, man. All right, that's the 1/3, man. All right.
And a book of remembrance was written before me.
What's that book of remembrance? Is the word, man. All right.
For them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name.
Yep. And it shows you that you're gonna know his name. You're gonna know his name before he comes back, and his name is Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, man. All right.
And they shall be mine, says the Lord of hosts.
Yep.
In the day when I make up my jewels.
And what's his jewels? His elect, because that's who he's been dealing with. Okay. But that's who you know who he's dealing with, man. All right, his elect, man.
Right.
All right,
Word
but
jewel.
you got it, bro.
Now I think the word jewel is right there going to like a peculiar treasure.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So also true high value men unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
That's right.
And I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him.
And what is he gonna spare us from? The destruction, and which the Spirit was on us to get on there earlier, man. Like how a bird narrowly misses a trap. You know, that's how we gonna through our willingness, us. We narrowly miss those missiles, man. All right.
It's the last verse, bro.
Okay.
It said, then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked.
Yep, because now we have a standard. See, before we woke up to this knowledge, we didn't have a standard. We really didn't know what was right and wrong. You know, you couldn't murder somebody. You know, you weren't supposed to steal. But now we have a standard to orient and assess our everyday life. It's a compass. It's a map, man. Like how it says in the scriptures, you will hear a voice in your ear saying, "This is the way, walk ye in it." Well, what is it? What do you have in your GPS system? You literally hear a voice saying, "Turn left, turn right, obstruction ahead." Well, that's the word, man. You know, with the laws and the instructions and the guides, man. All right.
Between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not.
Yep.
Huh.
All right, and that's the point, man. Oh, you got it, brother.
Okay. Let's linking up with the brother Halak brought out. This Psalm 10 and 9. I'm sorry, verse 8. And it says, I'm sorry, 7. It said, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Yep.
Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Yep.
He sitteth in a lurking place.
In the secret places, all right, you said traps in our environments, but the ultimate trap is the culture. You ensnare us through a culture that caused us to destroy ourselves. Feminism destroyed the so-called black family, all right, which is really an Israelite family. All right, street culture caused the demise of so many Israelite men. All right, the American dream ultimately caused you to pursue elevating your enemy's empire versus turning back to Yahweh Bashim Shai. I've been a corporate elite, a so-called high-value man, but now your mindset isn't on your power, man. All right, the Most High put us into captivity so we can have a top position in the plantation house, man. All right, we set up the how to get delivered, man. All right.
Yep. It says, in the secret places do he murder the innocent.
Yep.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Hey, you was bringing up the point when we was talking. You had Jake when you young. Jake got so-called ADHD, right? So they give him that what's the Adderall?
Yeah.
To force his body to just be like at a tranquil state, like a numb state. You don't have no fucking, it zombifies you. But now that's the gateway to get on all type of what? Ecstasy, all type of pills when you older, because you already got turned on to that dependency. You got it's something called a fucking dependency.
The chemical imbalance that causes your system.
That's right.
It's chemical warfare.
That makes you violent.
That's right.
And the way I know it's true, because I knew somebody that when they was in their teens, they took that Adderall or whatever those, you know, he took that, but he just so happened to be that off Jake.
Yeah.
Jake become a grown man, he blow somebody's brains out, man.
What that shit does, like the brother was saying, it messes up your brain chemistry, man. Because meth, you can really equate that to methamphetamines. It's like Adderall is nothing but methamphetamines.
Yeah.
When you go into the history of it.
Yeah, there was an article came on Natural News.
Yeah.
It says Big Pharma, they has changed Adderall to crystal meth.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the same thing.
Like you got Jake, he trying to get these social security checks, and they be going to the crazy house, playing like they crazy. But what happens is, over a process of time, like 6 to 8 months to a year, what happens is when you start taking the meds, and if you don't need it, you become crazy. The spirits get on your ass, man. You know?
Hey, but that's part of that warfare, all right? Because you gotta understand that he's tactical. But first of all, you have to understand that he's your enemy and you're his enemy. So everything he targets, first of all, the red flag is if he's targeting something for you. They need assistance. No, you don't. Not from you. But look, the grade of food is a form of warfare, because first of all, the quality food is expensive, or it's not in the environment where most Jakes reside in. So that the cheap, affordable food, which is nothing but chemicals, that's what you go to. Because when you low income and you feed it for 4 people in the household, you're thinking quantity over quality. So you're gonna get that processed meat. You're gonna get all those food color dyes for your lumens. All right, and over a period of time, you're giving them poison, man.
Right. Eventually, the Most High got to destroy this place. Ain't no fixing it. No, ain't no fixing it for our people. We don't have to go back home. Ain't no fixing the system. The system had to be destroyed.
Because you got Jake. I believe you got Jake. They're aware of what Esau does, but they don't understand prophecy. So they'll make an effort to buy black. Right. They'll grow gardens in the hood, you know, and it wishful thinking is cool. Right. But we know at the end, hey man, the Most High got to deliver us, man, because the soil polluted, all right, the air polluted, and at the end of the day, if we actually start building, what's gonna happen?
Black
Wall Street.
Right.
You know, there's no question. All right.
I got some out the brother.
Okay.
Back in Psalm 10, and this verse 9. He lied in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Esau was a cunning hunter. This man is always sitting down having a meeting on what's the next step to our destruction, man. And what you don't even know is that you're so important that the elites are meditating on you. Because you remember Slim Thug was like, man, ain't nobody worried about your broke ass.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody thinking about your broke ass.
You talking about Bill Gates, wasn't it?
I think he was talking about Bill Gates, but the elites in general.
Yeah.
Like they targeting black people, so to speak. Right. Slim Thug was like, ain't nobody thinking about your broke ass. Right. But you know what Fred Hampton's son said? Right after that movie Judas and the Black Messiah came out, he was like, that's how bad they beat us down, that you don't even think you worthy of them targeting you. Like, but that's Fred Hampton's son, and they showed in the movie they murked him for no reason. But he said that like we got beat down so bad that we can't be that significant to where they're actually targeting us. That's why I said that wound is grievous, man. You don't even think you worthy. But Black Wall Street showed you that you are the target. Cause I was meditating the book Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro, they came out in the 30s. But Jake had more towns and business districts in the 30s. Jake had more banks in the 30s. Jake had all his own in the 30s. So what happened? How did we go from goddamn so-called Black Wall Street and these so-called black-owned towns, all right, to goddamn Calio Projects, Third Ward, Methamphetamine, you know? That was a tactical movement, man.
Right, because after they so-called let us out of slavery, they left us alone like they ain't gonna be able to make it.
Yep.
And once Jake came up and they destroyed Black Wall Street, Now the whole plot is cause we got more Jakes with more money now.
Yep.
But they not together like we was then. Cause Esau main focus after Black Wall Street. If they get the money, we gonna make sure they can't build another Black Wall Street.
Systemic.
Right.
His redlining. The fastest way to wealth is home ownership. Niggas don't own no homes. But we all know it's spiritual, it's prophecy, and we can't forget about Gad on the reservations. Get choked out through your diet. All right, choked out. Hey, Gad killing himself off of depression.
Yeah, they got a high suicide rate.
Gad drinking himself to fucking death, man.
Drinking rubbing alcohol, man.
Paul water. Because hey, at the end of the day, hey, it all boils down to Yahweh Shem Shah. Remember when Naomi and Ruth, I'm good. Hey, but remember when Naomi, basically in the first chapter, what she say? Hey, don't call me no more Naomi, call me Mara, because the Most High has done bitterly with me.
Yep.
You know, America goes back to bitter.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, these curses follow us wherever we go. You know, so that's why you get Jake, they sell out, but what happens? They still can't outrun or outperform the curses. Now, that's not saying that you don't have the best version of yourself, but just know with Yahweh Shem Shah, it's always going to be a ceiling, right? It's always going to be a fucking ceiling.
It's like now it's like the spiritual Van Allen belt for
Yeah.
Jake to sell out within the society.
That's it.
Man.
That's
It's
it.
only a certain high in the ceiling you can go to.
Well, that's in the parable that the great Gulf fixed.
That's it.
Well, hey, I just want to say this when we bring out the scriptures, because no brothers got a whole deck. We don't have sovereignty. So really your only elevation is really elevating Esau's kingdom. But that's what they call sovereignty, where you have your own system to feed your people. You have your own carpenters and your blacksmiths to where you don't need another nation to sustain you. While Jake was marching for equality, all right, those other nations was marching for independence. All right? So, like you said, even if you become successful as an individual, the biggest form of slavery after slavery was dependency. Everything you're gonna get granted to you is gonna come by way of your oppressor. Those FRNs, you're gonna be a privileged slave. All right?
Who controls the money, controls the people, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, Esau wants Jake to be his pet.
Yep, that's right.
You know.
Good. And what do they call Jake? Boy?
Yeah.
Hey, boy, where you going, boy? Because Esau has an ownership mentality towards you, man.
Keep Jake on a leash, bro.
Yep. You
All
got
right.
it.
Now, real quick, this is on Ronald Reagan Foundation.org, dealing with Ronald Reagan's quotes. All right, it says August 12th, 1986. Reagan quotes and speeches. All right, scrolling down. All right, this is a point. All right, this is what he said. The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." I said that's what they do with Jake.
Hey, never trust thy enemy, man. All right? Because like I said, that's what they call sovereignty. We talk about rulership, but even outside of rulership, there's sovereignty. Because it says in Deuteronomy 32 that the Most High divided the nations their land, right? Roughly paraphrasing. So as an earthling on the planet Earth, you're obligated to understand how to sustain your people on the planet Earth, man. But one of the rules of slavery is we 100% dependent on the government. But that's why it says in the scriptures that we should be nourished for a particular time in this place, man. Okay? And yeah, for brothers who are on this side, you know, come on, close in on us. For brothers who are teaching with us, all right, close in on us. All right, but hey, we're gonna be nourished for a particular time, man. But damn. Okay, somebody get that Isaiah like loose, shake thyself off the dust. Isaiah 60.
It's 52.
I'm sorry, Isaiah 52. All right, because we're in a time where you gotta really unplug from the captivity, man. Because you got the blow, like if somebody hits you with a blow, all right, the blow was slavery, but then that wound still has to heal after slavery, man. All right, Edomite supremacy, all right. The Deuteronomy 28, it really encompasses being in a state of dependency, man. That's a byproduct of slavery. All right? You shouldn't have to go clock in for another man to take care of your family. Right. We should all have some type of connection to being a farmer. At least one of the brothers supposed to be a farmer. You know, ideally, you know, but you got a brother who have at the scriptures.
And Isaiah chapter 52, verse 2, shake thyself from the dust.
What's the dust, man? The lies. You got Eve walking around still with blonde hair. Eve walking around thinking she's a man. You know, she's seeking power. Like when they said women's empowerment, they really manifested as the Israelite woman being on top of the nation. And that's why they're coming out with that movie called The Woman King.
Even the new Black Panther movie, like that's gonna be straight garbage.
Yeah. But even the sequel to Coming to America, it was below
Yeah,
that women,
yeah.
because the old girl was ended up being the queen.
That's some bullshit.
You know, and the only thing that came out of women's liberation was stock culture and a woman being on top of the man. You know? All right, you got it, brother.
Rise.
You got it, bro.
They don't look at the negative parts of being of feminism because they broke up families, they broke up relationships, and it produced more single mothers, single women. You know,
And that's not natural. That's not natural, man. Hey, but you know what? That's why like the elder brother Yashamai was like, that's why the elder brother Yashamai was like, really we just need to be saved, man. Because all we can do is prophesy and vent to the Most High, man. But we can't change shit.
Like I said, it's
Get a white girl college day.
come.
All
Like I
right.
said, it's like you said, women, they got kids. The kids out of order. Man, the kids, the kids talk back to anybody. They don't care.
Nope.
They very disrespectful. And guess what? And they don't have no man guidance.
Yep.
Because the woman want to be the damn. They want to be the man, the mama, the girlfriend, they want to be every goddamn
you can't be
man.
everybody though.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No.
No, that's finish what you were saying.
So basically, Esau fucked the whole deal up.
And that's part of that. And that was a blow too. Because slavery was the biggest blow, but that women's liberation, that was another fucking blow. Now all the men, we've been emasculated. All right? A lot of us didn't know how to change a tire. A lot of us did grow up knowing how to fight. A lot of us didn't know how to cut grass. You know? Basic man shit. You know? But that's part of that blow from 50 years ago. Saying Esau said that woman, you don't need no man. That's why Jacob resorted to killing, because he got no inner confidence.
Yep.
See, part of that blow, hey man, I'm glad the Spirit brought this out, man. Part of that wound of slavery is a lack of fucking confidence, man.
Yeah.
The Israelite man, hey, that's why that lion in the Wizard of Oz, what did he lack? He lacked courage. He lacked courage. He was a pussy. All right, when no fun into these people with his life. But you should say something.
It made the whole world forget the true value of a man.
That's right.
Yeah. A man is a leader. He is he the head of the household, and like with that feminism, women, they focus more on their career and focus more on themselves than the man, and you outside of your whole purpose, because a woman's true purpose was created to be the man's helpmeet.
Yeah.
So it takes away the whole value of a man when you outside of your purpose.
But now that's disrespectful to tell a woman her purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Because you clear out all the smoke and mirrors, your purpose is in your gender.
Right.
When you go through puberty, that's already that's the beginning of your purpose.
Yeah.
And then you have a period. Now your body's preparing you up for birth, for motherhood. Your purpose as a woman on earth is motherhood, man.
Yeah.
And being a wife. Go ahead.
When I just movie Coming to America, just like the woman that was pretty much espoused to Eddie Murphy, when she was saying, in the room, ever since she was born, she was trained to serve him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that's really how it's supposed to be. But see, that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom, though.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Brother had a point that's gonna bring up.
All right.
No, I thought brother had a point, but y'all
Yeah.
go ahead and skip this.
Oh yes, a lot. One more thing, dealing with the whole liberation movement, the women liberation movement.
Yep.
Feminism. Basically, Edom did it, and pretty much his women somewhat got caught up into it. But see, really, it was a trap for us because Edomites don't have divided households. Like they pretty much still got that that head start. The youth, dealing with their men, they're still trained up to know how to do particular things, and pretty much they still got that nuclear family. But that was really an attack on the tribes, man, in particular the Southern Kingdom.
Because we don't have any economy. There's no general wealth within our race, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Because all you hear is this, especially in Southern Kingdom, niggas ain't shit.
Yep.
That's all they hear. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas down. And you might say, anybody might say that. No, not say. ain't shit. They might say men's a dog. That's it. But our women, niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
Fuck nigga free with that bullshit we said.
Yeah. I'm
That-
F-R-E-E,
that
fuck
bullshit.
nigga free.
Glorilla,
Yeah.
stupid demon.
Yeah.
But no, you got it, bro.
I was gonna say, and that damages the relationship between the man and his children, especially with the sons. Because now the man and his son don't know how to have a proper father and son relationship, and then that damages that generation of men growing up, and then it's just a generational thing of hearing the man ain't shit, or the man not there because of the feminist, feminist liberation.
Yeah.
It damages the generations on out. Like you said, you masculating the man.
And that's the curses. That says how the woman's eye or her mind shall be evil, basically towards the man of her nation, toward her husband, but just the men of their nation in general. Because another thing too, you notice with Edomite women still get married.
Oh yeah.
Like they gonna settle down. Like they pass that shit off to Eve. To our women, and you women, y'all pretty much single mothers for the most part.
See, feminism was like liquor. With Edomite women in the other nations, they know how to sip lightly, meaning they'll go to college, but they'll still follow those traditions of a woman. So they'll get their careers, become nurses and teachers and stuff, but they still, like you said, gonna get a husband, they're gonna start a family. But Eve, she gonna take that shit, that feminism drink, she not gonna find a husband.
Nope.
All right, she might have kids, but they ain't gonna have no dad in their life.
Yep.
3-4.
3-4 of them. She not gonna settle down till she about 40. All right, you took that drink. You took feminism too serious.
Eve got drunk as hell.
The golden cup full of abominations.
Well, you're
That's it.
You're a microcosm,
That's it, brother.
Yeah, you're a microcosm of what America did to the other nations, man. All right, you got them drunk, man, off your wine. You got you got them drunk off your fucking philosophies, man.
Right, bro.
Hey, but the most toxic form of feminism is through the so-called black woman. But we could go on. I digress. We can hit the scriptures.
This Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down.
A woman being on top, because you got a woman, she'll say she don't need a man, but let a cockroach come into the room. Let's say a cockroach, something that you as a 150-pound human can just step on top of. Don't let that boy start flying. Don't let that cockroach get up and start flying.
What's got water bugs?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers got
Yeah.
wings, goddamn.
We're not even gonna talk about a burglar. A burglar, let a cockroach come into the room and see how much you don't need a man. Let a rat come into the house and see how much you don't need a man. What happens is the metropolitan area, the metropolitan cities is like a surrogate husband. It took the man out. It stripped the man out of his masculine duties, his masculine roles. So really, you don't need a man in the metropolitan area.
Yeah, she housed by the grid.
But guess what? Guess who controls that grid? Esau Edom. And he can turn that power grid off. and them high heels you coming out them high heels, man.
And look, and that's how they gonna fold. Man, look, they gonna fold so easy.
Yep.
Man, cause as soon as you turn that power grid off, and as soon as that money crash, them bitches gonna fold like goddamn folding clothes.
A real, yep.
They gonna fold. I mean, they're like,
Yep.
hey, what we need to do?
They gonna sell pussy.
Yeah,
They
my
gonna-
kids,
yeah.
my kids
That's,
need to eat.
yeah, that's basically
They
what it's
best gonna
gonna
sell
be.
pussy to survive, and they gonna get ran through in that shit.
Come.
All right.
All right. Hey, upside down should be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yep.
For sure, the workers say of him that made it, he made me not. Or what should the thing frame?
But another thing too, Eve got a God complex. You talk to our women, they pretty much like especially like all this new age shit, like Eve got the mentality like she the reason for everything. Yeah. Like pretty much that Queen of Heaven worship is at an all-time high level. That's why you pretty much you can't talk to them. I be thinking about. I was joking with a brother. Basically, it's like the average woman is like a living Diana of Ephesus. Like, how dare you speak? Because men gonna come to that bitch defense.
Yeah.
And everybody gonna like fight to protect this bitch.
Wow.
But that's like it shows you this Babylon the Great, because like these idols became living. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, thuggy.
Yeah, thug and diva.
Because the thuggy, he's worshipped. Like
Yep.
women adorn that vibration of thuggy.
Yeah, Jake all dark, got all these tattoos all on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Sagging,
Yeah, which is a low life.
Yeah, low life, man. It gotta be a demonic vibration, because if you're in your right spirit, you looking at Jake like, ugh, this nigga put his pants up. But Eve looked at it like,
Slime,
yeah.
they shredded drop draws.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hate that shit.
You know?
They were made for each other.
Yep.
That's
Match
it.
made in
That's it,
hell.
though. It's like wicked woman giving.
To the wicked man, yeah.
Yep.
I should the thing Framing say to him that Framing, he had no understanding.
Yep. Gone. But it's surely you're turning the things upside down. See, at the kingdom, the beauty of the kingdom, man, 1 second, man. Everybody want to drive loud ass shit today. The beauty of the kingdom, and I speak as a man, it ain't gonna be the streets paved with gold. It ain't gonna be all the concubines. Nah, it just that things is turned upside down and we turn right side up. That's gonna be the beauty of the kingdom.
That's right, bro.
It's peace.
Yeah, man. Purpose.
The purpose.
Everything gonna get this purpose back, like
Yeah.
you said. Like that's gonna be the beauty.
Yeah, man.
Like everything gonna get to go back to doing what it was created to do.
Yeah, that's
Everything
right, bro.
is off now. Like the brother R1 made the point, like a squirrel ain't supposed to cross the road with the mindset of a life and death decision. They just supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta guess when to go. You know, it's off.
Real though.
You know, like you say, concubine, that's gonna be for the purpose of domestic slave and produce more heirs. They just gonna be a bunch of random, you know, that Uncle Luke spirit.
Yeah.
You know, two-live crew spirit. Yeah, no, everything gonna go back to the purpose. Like the elders saying, that's the reason why the kingdom should be so exciting, because everything gonna go back to its purpose, man.
Hey man, and if you had strife with your woman or somebody rejected you, and count all that joy.
Yep.
If you woke up mad as hell that you had to go to work, that means you woke up on the right side of the bed. You see, you should never get too comfortable here, man.
Yep.
All right, because that makes the salvation that much more sweeter. The Most High set this thing up for us, the hope of His return, man. All right, and we're not here to just vent on so-called black women because we got upset earlier this morning with our woman.
Yeah.
But that's part of the confusion.
Yeah.
And that's part of things being out of order, man.
That's part of prophecy. You know?
Hey, that lesson, the spirit was heavy on that lesson Wednesday, man. We know Esau held you hostage, but it's reclaiming our manhood, man.
Yeah. I love to see a video.
Yeah.
Response to that spirit.
Oh yeah? Hey, we reclaiming our manhood, man. Even certain things that's attached to your role as a man, you start practicing it, man.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you never took out the trash. Take out the trash, man.
Yeah.
Maybe you never, like I said, cut grass. You might never change a tire.
Yeah.
Look up a YouTube video now, learn how to change a tire, man.
Okay.
You'll feel good. All right?
Not just like it gives you that male independence,
Yeah.
so to speak. Like, you know, that spirit of like, I'll be ready to let this shit go. Like it being independent from the grid.
See, the grid was made for women, but they depend on it. A man's supposed to utilize the earth. I mean, you know, I'm speaking as a man,
Yeah.
but a real man is rule.
Yeah, you supposed to really, a man is really supposed to create like a little grid for his woman.
Yeah,
She's supposed to maintain it. Like
Yeah.
a man supposed to turn the earth. You know, the man is supposed to manipulate the earth.
Yeah.
All right, to be efficient for his household, and the woman is supposed to maintain that.
Basically a system.
Because people say women are smarter than men. No, women follow instructions more efficiently than men because men create the instruction.
You gotta think out the box.
Yep.
You can't be within the box.
Yeah.
You gotta be creative.
Right.
You know.
Because the key word in creative is create.
Yep.
We create.
Yep.
But you live in our creation.
Yep. That's it.
We're the guide.
Yep.
All right?
I gotta appreciate
You got it.
This book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 6.
Take the world.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
And we hunger and thirst after righteousness. Because the thing we really hunger and thirst is really seeing righteousness being fulfilled on the planet Earth.
Yep.
We would love to see no homosexuality. We would love to see can you picture all 12 tribes in unity with each other? Like we love the hell out of Gad. Ephraim love the hell out of us. Just unity, the whole nation in unity. All the women, they dripped, but they modestly, you know, that they all modest.
Yep.
That peaceful vibration.
Yep.
And we might have a great feast, right? And all the men over here and the women over here, you got all type of incense going, man.
That'd be beautiful.
This peace. Hey, call in, and we ushering in the new moon, and like the whole nation getting ready for the new. I'm about. Can you picture the whole planet Earth is in waiting for the new moon and the trumpet sound, man? Come on, man. Y'all ever been to like a battle with a band type thing, man? Come on, man.
The hype of
The hype. Come on, you know about that, man.
Damn.
The hype. Come on, man. In righteousness, though.
Righteousness.
In righteousness, man.
And Jay love music.
Come on, man.
And you at the spot, and then everybody waiting on your house shot to get there.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be, everybody gonna be, when your house shot show up, man, it's like, cause niggas, you know how niggas wait for Jay-Z and Mayweather, you know, they come in the club, but imagine when your house shot just start pulling up in the earth, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, your house shot just might feel like going to this brother, all right, son's wedding, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's what we gonna be. You might be marrying your son, man, and your house shot King David show up, man.
And you know what? And I'm sorry, brother.
No, you got it.
The Eastern nations, they still retain some of those customs in a high regard, like in India, or just certain cultures. A marriage is held so highly, they'll have a feast 7 days.
Yep.
Even if they migrate over here, they'll still retain that culture to where they'll have a feast 7 days, man. All right? But over here, what do you have? Tinder?
Yeah.
Can't y'all talk 30 minutes on the phone, then have sex? Nah. In the kingdom,
Show me them titties.
yeah, show them titties. Y'all FaceTime each other doing nasty shit. All right? And it happened over and over again in y'all lives.
Yeah.
But in the kingdom, the union between a man and a woman gonna be so powerful, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be like so many gifts gonna be transferred from one family to the other family, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be so powerful, man, because it's gonna be a power move.
Yeah, you're gonna be a good slave, like, you know,
Yeah.
like a starter package.
Yep, that's right.
You know.
Yep.
Y'all marriage, you know, 100 Edomites.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Since you got these acres of.
You got 100 acres.
Yeah. You got 1,000 acres, man. You got mines. You gonna be, you know.
And you know it's a powerful chapter to read in the New Living Translation? Leviticus 25.
Yeah, talking about the slave, the heathen.
Yeah, the slave, because it tells you like, when in the kingdom, you know, it's not gonna be Hebrew servants, right? But in our homeland, if you had a Hebrew servant, he was like a temp servant. He was only a servant for a certain amount of times. He stored up enough money to build his own establishment,
Like an apprentice.
like an apprentice.
Yeah.
But a heathen servant, it said, nah, that's your property.
Yeah.
That's your property. Then when you die, your son inherit them niggas,
Yeah.
them heathens, man.
Yeah.
So hey, in the kingdom, man, but then the Most High open up your spirit, you see the purpose of servants. You are in a sovereign establishment, and you have access to what, 10 acres of land, 50 acres of land. You're not gonna be out there all day tilling your own land as you. No, you have servants, and where do you have slaves? Like you have slaves at the marketplace. You can buy slaves at the marketplace.
Yep.
They even showed you like in Goodbye Uncle Tom. I think they was buying slaves. They had auctions at the marketplace, man. But the Most High created slaves. Somebody has to till the land.
Right.
You know? Hey, sovereignty gonna be, man. Oh my goodness, man.
I got a precept for you.
Man, you
All
know,
right.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I got a friend, he from India. I've been on for about almost 20 years. And he finally got married about 2-3 years ago. And you just seen the wedding over there. 5,000 people. And they broke. Man, you see how they dress up. Man, gold everywhere.
Yeah, bro.
It was like goddamn. We ain't no shit over here.
Yeah.
But they brought money. It was just. I looked at his wedding and looked at the wedding. You see over here? It looked like night and day, bro.
Man, Jake,
Like night and day.
yeah, you go broke trying to have a wedding over here.
Yeah.
But I want to say Elam, because of their gold circulation, their middle class is more than their lower class. So they have more in their middle class than their lower class. Because even the poor, they have gold somewhere in their, establishment. They keep gold chains and gold,
Yeah. The brother got something for you, then I got this.
Okay, come on.
I got two more now.
Let's go. Finesse 2 times.
The first one is Psalm 82, verse 5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." Going back to what we was talking about, how everything is flipped upside down.
That's right, bro.
Yep.
Because the way, because we talk about this all the time. A functioning system can not only self-sustain itself, but it can reproduce itself.
Yep.
So if a woman chooses to not have kids and tie her tools and just pursue her career till she die and live a life of peace and happiness and solitude and careless sex, she can't reproduce that
No.
because of her tools tied.
Yep.
If you decide to not have children, You can't reproduce a human that has the privilege to grow up and make that same decision.
Yeah.
If you decide to have an abortion, that means you can't produce another generation that'll grow up and have that same luxury to make that decision.
Yeah.
It's an inadequate system because it cancels itself out. An adequate functioning system can reproduce itself. But the man-woman thing, you can reproduce that generation throughout generation throughout generation, man.
Yeah.
Those traditional roles,
Yeah.
generation throughout generation.
And it's not about you. Like
Right.
the woman want to make it about them. Like that's some selfish shit. Just pursuing your career and you just pretty much having casual sex.
That's nasty too.
Yeah, it is.
Casual dating is it's a turnoff sometimes, man. Because I'm not gonna vent. Y'all got it, man.
Because the women of the ancient world, if they couldn't reproduce, they tried to find another woman that was going to reproduce for them so that that
Right.
man
Do
could
this a lot,
continue
bro.
on his enterprise.
That's right, bro.
So, that woman still wanted to be beneficial to the man, to his enterprise. But like you said, if she get her tube tied and, women mindset today, what are you good for,
And then how you gonna usher in the next generation?
Right.
You gotta have babies first. So when you this luxurious mindset that you have, this individual mindset can only manifest one time. The next generation won't even exist because you cut it off through your abortion or through your refusal to make a baby, man.
They become used to just like that time when they was out of baby formula.
Yeah.
The women couldn't give out breast milk. It was worried about. Yeah. They had useless
But
boobs.
then you got titty tubes on Facebook, but you need some goddamn powdered milk, man. Some formula.
Yeah.
But your body creates that, man.
Naturally.
Yeah. Show how off this society is.
The lowest level of thinking.
You had some more?
And this the second precept of Psalm chapter 2, verse 8. Going back to what you said about the sovereignty. It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance."
Can you put your Most High saying this? These are the gods you heard about in church. He said, "Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance." And it started with Yahweh Shai. So we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Hey, that's kingdom talk. I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. I will give you humans.
Damn.
That's
why it's so offensive in the West. Because what Esau did, he put different titles. Employee.
Yeah.
Or now Esau done got cute, he call you a teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nigga, I'm still, what the fuck changed?
Still $9 an hour.
Yeah, the teammate. Because that's just a cute way of saying employee. See, people don't think about kings running the earth. They don't think about decrees going forth. They really think that, America has done a great job of giving its people the illusion of choice. But no, you're subjugated to the decrees, all right, that come from up top, man. And that's why you find it so offensive, but it never stopped. Like, kings never stopped ruling the earth. They threw this smoke screen, a Republican, Democrat, a prime minister. The kings, all right, these elites, these Amalekites, they're the kings of the earth, man.
Yeah. That's right. Was it the other scripture you had?
Yeah, it's the rest of it.
Okay.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Yep. You said you had the scripture?
Yeah, the brother, he gonna get his first. All right, let's go what you said, the heathen, the slave. This is Isaiah 61 and 5. And it says, "And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers."
And who are the strangers? It's the other nations. It shall feed your flocks. Behind them, because if the Most High gives you something, there has to be assistance to come with that. If he gives you so much land, or if your father gives you so much land, it's only natural that you inherit your father's slaves to till that land. You know how you get a Maybach, but it's supposed to come with a driver? It's not meant for you to drive it.
Yeah.
If the Most High give you land, it's supposed to come with service, man.
Yeah, if you make it to that status where you can afford a Maybach,
You should be able to afford a driver, right?
Yeah.
Well,
they even show you like certain movies. You would have particular, a billionaire family or what have you, and the father may pass away, but he'll leave the butler and the maid for his offspring.
Yep.
Like they are part of the house.
Yep. Yep.
Just like when these NFL, NBA owners died. When Jerry Bush died, the owner of the Lakers, his daughter inherited all them niggas, man. Kobe, that nigga wasn't Kobe wasn't an inheritance, man.
You know, LeBron, them niggas is an inheritance, man. When them Edomites croak, you know, they get passed down to their sons and daughters, man.
Top slaves.
Yep, because on the movie Showtime, on that series Showtime, they showed Jerry Bush when he first signed Magic Johnson, and him and his mother, Jerry Bush, the Edomite, him and his mother watching the All-Star game, and she said, which two are yours, honey? You know, talking about Magic Johnson and Kareem. He was like, yeah, them my two right there. You know, but when you hear it, Esau putting it out there like they were throwing a lot of slave talk out there.
Yeah, like my two niggas.
Yeah.
You know?
She was like, which two are yours, man?
But you could get traded off. I was watching a documentary where one basketball player got traded off. Like he had just moved in, moved his family to a house because that was the team he was playing. Then a decision got made where he had to get traded off. So immediately he had to just up and move. Are you a slave, man? You know? All right.
It was it.
Kind. All right, and this nigga with the brother Ayash Mouth just read. All right, the different translations of Leviticus 25 and 44. All right, this is from the New International Version. Your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you.
Right, as opposed to, you know, your brothers and sisters. All right, go ahead.
From them you may buy slaves.
And that's straight up, man. That's in the law.
God damn.
And this Leviticus 25?
Yeah, 25 and 44.
Hey, can you read that again, Babakasha?
All right, this is in the New International Version. Your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves.
Because these laws were set up in a system of sovereignty. In a sense that you owned your own land. But that has to come with hands. You need assistance. You need slaves. All right?
That's why it came as a package deal.
Yeah.
It said, I will give you the land of milk and honey.
Yep.
And men shall bow down to you. And nations shall serve thee.
Yep.
You know, it always goes together. You know, ask me, I'll get the heathen for inheritance.
That's right.
And the othermost parts of the earth, it always go together.
Land and slaves.
Yeah, it always go together.
It's a package deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, you say this is a package deal, me and my kids. It's a package deal, all right?
That's like on Batman.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, he got Alfred.
Yep.
He had a driver. He had everything. He had a big old company. It just passed down when his dad died. Him and his mom and dad died. He got all of it.
That's right. That's right.
All right, I'll get two more. All right, this is from the NASB 1977 Bible. As for your male and female slaves whom ye may have, you may acquire male and female slaves from the pagan nations that are around you.
Yeah. And Esau flipped that and justified slavery over here. And justified genocide with the Gad and Reuben, Ephraim, because he classified them as pagans. So through that paganism, he was able to enslave them. That was his mindset, at least. All right?
All right, you want the New Living?
That'll get it. That'll work.
The doctrine of discovery.
Yep. Manifest destiny and all that bullshit.
All right, it's from the New Living Translation. However, you may purchase male and female slaves from among the nations around you.
Yep. And like I said, you actually had, like in the ancient world, man, you actually had markets. And it wasn't just food and cattle that was sold. It was also captured slaves.
Joseph.
Hey.
The captured slaves. That's how he got sold into Egypt.
Yep. It's heavy.
Midianite Ishmael.
Yep. They big on just selling shit. They're merchants, man. All right, now you said you had something?
Coming, right? Going into that. This is real generational wealth. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 3. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles.
Woo!
And make the desolate cities to be inhabited.
Thy seed shall, hey, your son, your boy.
Yep.
He gonna inherit Jeff, Brad, Billy.
Yep.
I don't know the Hockey,
Yep.
the Moabite names.
Yep.
All right, Ishmael. He gonna inherit them, man.
Gene
Yeah. Cause, hey man,
That's beautiful, bro.
hey man, it's so beautiful
God damn.
because, like it tells you in Sirach how he give me a skill, and those nations they're gonna utilize the earth and with their skills, man. So you're gonna have slaves that make silk uniforms, slaves that get those gemstones y'all like, those make jade cups, but they're gonna be big cups, man.
Because you gotta think about it, like if Jake got a champion dog, what did he try to do with that dog?
Reproduce it.
Breed it.
Yep.
So if you got an Elamite that's an off the chain cook, you gonna breed him. You know, he the truth in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, boy, you got to breed you. You need about 3, 4.
Yep.
You know,
Because he gonna raise his son with that same skill.
Yeah.
You're gonna inherit his son.
You got he is a good engineer. Like, oh yeah, we need plenty of you. We need a nation of you.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they gonna have the same mentality that Jake has. You know, Jake wanna be on the top in Esau society.
Oh,
so
yeah.
in our
For
kingdom,
sure.
they gonna wanna be on
sure.
top. So
And
they
see,
gonna
They be showing
like
out.
you said,
Because when we bless the nation after Esau done away with,
In that car.
yeah, after Esau done away with, when we start blessing the nation, see right now, nations got to do wickedness to reach Esau's pinnacle. But in our kingdom, it's gonna be the exact opposite. It's gonna be righteousness, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna demonize Ishmael for having multiple women. No. You don't know. It's gonna be his situation.
Yeah.
Like, cause see, really, people like to hang with Jake when we ain't got nothing. That's why people, you know, so enamored with the hood, like they want to go and hang out. You know, they enamored just to be around Jake, cause Jake got their energy. So imagine us in our power.
On the right hand.
Yeah, how much people just gonna want to be around. Just like with I've heard y'all talking about Naomi. You know, she couldn't get Ruth to leave. Like she was like, look, your husband's dead, my son's dead. I can't have no more sons. She was like, I just want to be around.
Yep.
You know. So imagine the kingdom, like the energy just to be around Jake, man.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
Real quick, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 30 down to 31. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches.
Like all those basketball players, the majority of them come out of poverty. Most of the entertainers that Esau hired on, they come out of poverty. Musicians. Even your culture is of poverty, like you're talking about the hood, but that's still honored in this society. They're making drill music everywhere.
Yeah.
Whether they're Israelite foreigners or not. I mean, they're still infatuated with it, man. You know? So just imagine when that light switch turned on and the light is shining on us. Our power is dealing with us, man.
Yep.
You know?
He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Woo!
And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Here you are poor. You're poor. And Edomite women are getting like lip injections.
Yeah.
No, all throughout the world, people have some kind of tan. The woman says she want a man that's tall, dark, and handsome. That's in poverty. Even in poverty, in Jamaica, women from Europe, they go into Jamaica to get some Israelite men.
Yeah, rent a dread.
Yeah, in poverty. So how much more in riches when that light switch turn on? All right?
Zechariah chapter 8, verse 23. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold of that 10 men shall take hold of all language of the nations, even shall take the hold of the skirts of him that is a Jew,
Yep.
saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is with you.
Hey man, it's like you're gonna be a freaking Beatle, man. The impact that the Beatles had, or Michael Jackson had, you trying to hold the skirt. It's like a groupie, man. Like if somebody touched his brother's headband, they fucking pass out. They able to touch, you know? Because hey, the light switch gonna turn on, the power gonna be with us, man. You grabbing a skirt, you hold on to that brother's garment, man. And, you know, they might call your name, you look back, oh shit, he looked at me. You know, they fucking go crazy, man.
I was trying to put us on, man.
Yeah, and through your house shot.
Put us on.
Through the universe, man. Because what happens on Earth is going to extend to the other planets, man. It's going to be perfected on Earth. When you perfect the system on Earth, then you replicate it in the other planets,
It's
man.
a blueprint.
It's a blueprint. It's a franchise, man. Hey, what happened in Mississippi? That was a perfection of what happened in the East Coast in New York. Then the franchise through the Spirit, franchise was built off that blueprint from One West. You know?
And it's all over the planet.
Now it's all over the planet, the whole world.
Yep.
All right?
I got one more. This is the last one.
Let's go.
All right. The book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations.
Hey man, the Bible gonna be a doghouse for us, man. You know, the Bible where Jake inhabits, man, it's gonna be just. They had that movie called Elysium. where the 12 tribes on earth suffering with the elites of those like basically outside of the earth. Hey man, it's gonna be like that times a million, man. Hey, but that's pretty much it, man. Any brother, any closing statements? And well, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we're going to turn to the east. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
There were others to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings. Have the wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba,
Abba, Abba.
Shalom.
Koya Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.